Hello there guys. So in this video we want to look at how to import custom icons into Bubble. I have a previous tutorial that shows how to do that with another method, but again this is Bubble, and once you think you figured something out, somebody else in the community comes up with a better way to do that. So I want to give a shout out to Mantas for the Twitter tutorial he showed that shows a more efficient way of how to import custom icons, especially SVGs, from say Figma to your Bubble app. With this approach, you'll be able to upload your icon just once and you can use it under different circumstances, either changing the color, size, or even orientation. So let's dive right in. So in my Bubble app here, I have an option set called icon, and in that I'm going to add the various icons I want to upload to the app, right? So right now I have arrow and I have circled arrow. What's important is you need to add the attribute of type text. You can give it whatever name you want. I'm calling mine SVG code, and you do that by clicking here. After you've done that, you want to add the option. Let's say I want to import contact icon. Now what you have to do is go back to your Figma or wherever you're getting your SVG icon from. You need to copy the icon as SVG. Now back in our app, you want to modify the option set you created and paste that code in. Right now, here's the tricky part. In this code, we need to be able to change the size of our icon when we're showing it to the users. Where you see the width and height attributes, you need to change the value. So in this it's 24. Let's change that and put the @ and the word size. Copy that over to the height. After adding the size attribute, you want to look for every instance where you have the stroke and then the color. So in this instance there's stroke and then black here. You want to change that to instead of size, we'll say color, and we want to do that again on every instance where it has stroke and then color. This one says stroke and the width. We don't want to change that, so we'll just keep looking. Yeah, we have stroke and color black, so we'll change that. Remember to maintain the quotation. Once you've done that, you want to save that, and then on your page you want to place an HTML element. So this, and in that HTML element you want to call the option set that you created, and to do that you do get an option and then you select the option set and then you select the option you want. So I want contact here and I want the SVG code. Right now this is very important. After you place the SVG code, you need to find and replace. So just start typing find. You see this operator here called find and replace, and what we're looking for is the color, right? So the add color, that's what we want to find, and we want to replace it with whatever color you want. So the hex code for whatever color you want it to be replaced with, and then we want to do this again, find and replace, this time around for this size, and we want to replace it with whatever size you want. So I'll just put 24 here for now. The next step is you want to make sure this HTML element is the actual size you've passed in the code, and we'll make that a fixed width and height position in the middle. There we go. So right now this is how the page looks like. If we refresh that, we should see the contact icon. There you go. And it seems like I missed an instance where I was supposed to change the color. As you can see, we have black here. So now the icon looks as it's supposed to. How do we use this dynamically? I have a reusable element. It's a group. I've set it to 24 pixels all through here. And in that group, I have an HTML element. Set the max width to 100% and the mean and the max height to 100% as well. Then on the reusable element itself, we want to add 3 properties. The first one is the option set icon. So you click add properties, you give it a name, icon for instance, and you select the dynamic type and you select the type which is from your option sets icon. And you want to make it mandatory because anywhere we place this element, we're going to obviously pass an icon through. So, and then you add it. And then the next one we want to add is the size that's going to go into the icon. You do the same thing. This time around, you set it to a number. So size. Dynamic, we set it to a number. And we allow it optional. We give it a default number. I choose 24, right? So we give it a default number of 24. That's in the case where we place that element on the page and we don't necessarily need to pass a size number to it, so it maintains the default number. Now you add that. Then the last property we need to add is the color, and it's dynamic, or rather you pick the color picker. This is really important. So select the color picker, allow it optional, and you give it a default color. You can select any default color you want to give here, and then you add it. So these are the 3 properties we have. Now in the HTML element, what we need to do, let me clear this out and start again. Use dynamic data, select the reusable element, and you'll see the 3 attributes or properties that you added. Select icon, and then select the SVG code. After that, what we want to do is do find and replace. And the first one we want to find is the size. Then we need to replace that with the size that's coming in as a property as well. So we get the icon and then size. Then we want to do another find and replace. And this time around, we want to find the color and we want to replace it with the color coming in as a property for the reusable element. And then we close. There you go. So now what happens is on a page, if you place your reusable element that you created, this is mine. I'm going to place it outside here. So you can now pass the icon you want to show. Say I have this in the menu and I want to show the menu icon, or I have it in the contact, I want to show the contact icon. All I have to do now is just click there and select the icon I want to show. And then I can pass the size. So if I say I want this icon to be 100 pixels and I want the color to be red. So the importance of using the color picker on the reusable element is that here you can easily see, you can easily pick a color from here. One important part again now is to change the actual size of the icon and set it to 100, so it matches the size we're sending into the reusable element variable, and I'll set this as fixed width. Then this is how our page currently looks like. If we refresh that, there you go, that's our contact icon and it's red. You can even go further to add a conditional on it, that when the element is say hovered, we want to change, say, the color, right, from red to green. And if we look at that, when I hover, you can see the colors change from red to green. So there you have it. Pretty fast and efficient way to import custom icons from your Figma file to your Bubble app. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and I will try my best to respond.